Well, let's go live to Ottawa, where Deputy Prime Minister Freeland is speaking now. Let's listen in.
He says that you have prevented him from disclosing this information, even though he has seen it, and it's largely in line with what his report has said that this government's been critical of. Why has this government not shown Canadians this report and gone to the extent of effectively gagging the PBO about talking about it?
Thank you for the question. And I want to start by really sincerely thanking the Parliamentary Budget Officer for his work. He does a really hard job and a really important job. It's so critical for Canadians, for journalists, to have an independent body that does economic analysis that we can all look to. So I really want to say to the PBO, thank you very much for your work. Obviously, we are disappointed that in the published calculations by the PBO about the carbon rebate, the large emitters were included. But I really want to say I am 100% of the view that it was an honest mistake. And the PBO does a huge amount of work. They have a huge amount of data that they need to handle. And, you know, honest mistakes will be made. Our government is absolutely confident that the price on pollution returns more money to the pockets of 8 out of 10 Canadians. It is, and that there's just kind of common sense to that. This is a revenue neutral measure. The federal budget doesn't get a penny from the price on pollution. All the money that is collected goes back to Canadians. And actually, this is a measure where middle-class Canadians tend to get more of a benefit. I'm very glad that we're increasing. I'm turning to Sean here because we've worked with him and with Seamus. I'm very glad we're increasing the rural rebate. So we have great confidence that this is a measure which puts more money in the pockets out of 8 out of 10 Canadians, that helps middle-class Canadians, and also plays an important, a valuable role in having strong and robust climate policies.
I just want to actually follow up on David's questions from earlier. I understand you're saying matters of criminal charges have to be left to law enforcement agencies, but since we don't know who these MPs are that have been alleged to help foreign state actors, can you give any guarantee to Canadians that if they are Liberals, they will be removed from caucus?
The guarantee I can give to Canadians is our government takes foreign interference very, very seriously. We have put in place tougher measures than existed under the previous Conservative government to fight foreign interference. I'm just going to say personally, we and I are very grateful to this committee for its serious and thoughtful work. From my perspective, foreign interference is not a partisan issue. Foreign interference is an issue about the national interest. It's an issue about the fight between democracy and authoritarianism. And that is absolutely the way that our government does and will continue to approach it. And I want to reemphasize, we take very seriously the role of law enforcement and the importance in our rule of law society of law enforcement making the decisions about law enforcement.
Radio-Canada. Bonjour, ma question s'adresse à vous trois, mais principalement à la vice-première ministre. Il y a des membres du Parlement qui, en toute connaissance de cause, collaborent avec...
Knowingly collaborate with foreign countries. You have said 6 times today that you take foreign interference seriously. But to show that you take it seriously, you need to act. We don't know the names of the MPs who did these things knowingly. They have people with secret clearance? No. So you know who's responsible. Do you feel comfortable sharing a caucus room with these people? Answer. Thank you for the question. I want to say in French that this is a very important question. It's a very serious issue. Our government takes foreign interference seriously. And I would like to thank the committee for its work. It's a nonpartisan committee made up of MPs. Inaudible. We heard it in English, so I would like for us to fast forward because
We've been listening to Deputy Prime Minister Chrystia Freeland speaking to reporters in light of new reports, allegations that some MPs were wittingly assisting foreign state actors after being elected. Obviously, this is going to garner some major questions from the media, and I'm sure that the federal government will be having to answer for a lot of those questions over the next day or so. We're going to have a lot more on this developing news throughout the morning and afternoon.